Since the 2023 general elections, a total of 1,209 petitions were filed arising from the outcome of the polls. The various election petition tribunals swung into action to deal with the complaints of candidates and political parties challenging the electoral outcome. Electoral experts say a vast majority of those who voted during the elections have limited knowledge of the workings of the judiciary when it steps in to handle post-election matters. And it is this disconnect that raises the fundamental subject around voter education and the need for better understanding of the electoral process and the post-election justice delivery. At this forum for stakeholders in electoral and judicial matters in Abuja, civil society groups are meeting to discuss ways to have citizens monitor the workings of the electoral and judicial system closely.
We see that there are gaps to be built in the capacity of Nigerians in terms of knowledge of the laws and processes on which the electoral system is anchored, and the extent to which they can hold the arms of government and its agencies accountable.
It is important that after elections, that citizens continue to participate in the electoral process, that citizens continue to hold their government accountable, not just for their own sake, but for the sake of the government.
The CSOs are urging a reform of winner-takes-all electoral system in the country.
You do everything, you win the election, I tell you, go to court. Because, like Prof said, when you go to court, you can use the technical processes. We are very conversant with our electoral adjudication process. People know how conservative the system is, and they know that on different technical ground, you may pick it.
An individual who is meant to be independent to deliver justice a couple of months to a major election comes under such tremendous pressure, sometimes clearly trumped up charges about asset declaration and, accusations that are not in any way substantiated about taking bribes and so on.
Election is just democracy. It's just one of the elements of democracy, So the citizens should be whole within all we are doing when you talk about democracy in Nigeria, when you talk about election in Nigeria.
Stakeholders here say all the loose ends associated with the 2023 polls must be tightened to engender more trust by voters ahead of the next general elections scheduled for 2027. Godfrey Eshamoge, Arise News.